I grew up in the church and I grew up with a lot of religious foundations and strengths. And I have gratitude for all the moments that it kept me, that it gave me a sense of purpose, a foundation, um, helped me build core values in a lot of ways, right? A safe place in most occasions to have your children, that sort of thing. One of the things that was really embedded in the church is laying it at the altar, leaving it for God. And with shadow work, it's not leaving it for that God that the religious sector talks about. The God, the all knowing, omnipresent, all powerful, would want you to come down here and succeed on whatever your calling and your mission is, right? So, therefore, you're going to use all the tools you need to get to where you got to go. That's the God I speak of. Shadow work. One of the things that occurs with shadow work is you're addressing and comforting, really, a lot of these versions of yourself, which couples with inner child work, right? You are now comforting these versions of yourself that never heard these type of phrases, never heard I love you, never heard you're valuable, never heard it's okay, you can slow down, never heard it's important, I understand why you feel that way. Those things were not embedded in you. Most of the people that have experienced trauma, right? Because our parents didn't do the work that they needed to. They were either incapable, or for such a time as this. We don't need to judge. We can honor. I honor my ancestor stories. When I look back at a lot of the women in my life that are still here and have passed on, I have I have forgiveness. Because here's the deal. If you couldn't show me that love and courtesy, it tells me you weren't able to get it for yourself. And I have no time to be sitting here mad at you. In fact, I feel like, come on and grab a workbook. Let's get it right, right? Let's get it right. So, as believers and Christians and religious people, I don't want us to have this negative, scary frame of shadow work. Shadow work is saying to these parts of yourself that have been oppressed that they are valuable, because then now you can give them a different message. You are valuable and we can succeed. I know that hurts and you're strong, right? That's where we're going with this message. All right. I hope that made sense to y'all. I love you. Most of all, love yourself first. All right. Got to get back to cleaning.